40 days. That's how long two armies stood facing each other across a valley in Israel, neither side willing to move. Every morning, the same ritual played out. A giant of a man. Some accounts put him at over 9 feet tall. Walked to the edge of the battlefield in bronze armor so heavy it would have crushed an ordinary soldier. He carried a spear with an iron head weighing as much as a small child. And he shouted the same challenge. "Send me your best man, winner takes the war." For 40 days, no one answered. King Saul's army, thousands of trained soldiers, stood paralyzed. Then, on the 41st day, a boy who wasn't even old enough to be a soldier walked down into that valley. He wasn't sent by the king. He'd come to deliver bread to his brothers. He had no armor, no sword, no military training. He had a stick, 5 stones, and a sling he used to keep wolves away from sheep. Everyone watching thought they knew exactly how this would end. They were wrong. To understand why this moment mattered, you have to understand the world it happened in. Around 1000 BCE, Israel was a young, fragile kingdom, constantly threatened by the Philistines. A powerful people with superior weapons, iron technology the Israelites hadn't yet mastered, and a military culture built around champions who settled wars through single combat. This was common practice. Rather than risking 2 full armies, opposing sides would sometimes send their best warrior to fight one-on-one, with the outcome deciding the war. The Philistines' champion was a professional soldier from Gath, a warrior class with generational combat experience. David, meanwhile, was the youngest of 8 brothers, a shepherd whose job was to protect a flock from lions and wolves in the countryside near Bethlehem. He wasn't in the army. He wasn't even supposed to be at the battlefield. He was running an errand for his father. What most people miss is that David wasn't reckless. He was calculating. He'd spent years alone, in fields defending sheep with nothing but a sling and stones. And in that time he'd become extraordinarily skilled with a weapon most soldiers dismissed as a toy. A trained slinger could hurl a stone at speeds capable of shattering bone, with accuracy up to distances a sword or spear could never reach. David understood something the entire army had missed. This wasn't a fight about size or strength. It was a fight about range and speed. Goliath's armor made him formidable at close range, but useless against a projectile moving faster than he could react. David's confidence didn't come from arrogance. It came from experience, preparation, and a clear-eyed read of the actual mechanics of the fight in front of him. When David volunteered, Saul offered him armor and a sword. David refused. It's easy to read this as pure faith, but it was also strategy. Wearing armor built for a grown soldier would have slowed him down and stripped him of the one advantage he had, mobility and range. Goliath, seeing an unarmed boy approach, was insulted rather than alarmed. He closed the distance exactly as David needed him to. The turning point wasn't a miracle in the sense of physics being suspended. It was preparation meeting opportunity at exactly the right moment, combined with a belief that the outcome was already decided in his favor. Here's what actually happened, mechanically. David closed some distance while Goliath, weighed down by armor, advanced slowly. David loaded a single stone into his sling and released it while Goliath was still out of striking range with his spear. The stone struck Goliath in the forehead, the one area left exposed by his helmet, with enough force to drop him instantly. David then closed the distance, took Goliath's own sword, and finished the fight. The entire engagement likely lasted seconds, not minutes. It wasn't a wrestling match or a prolonged duel. It was one precise strike, executed by someone who had trained for exactly this kind of moment without knowing it. For years, in a field, protecting sheep no one was watching. The moment Goliath fell, the entire battlefield changed. The Philistine army, having staked the outcome of the war on their champion, broke and fled. The Israelite army, freed from 40 days of paralysis, pursued them. A war that could have cost thousands of lives ended with a single decisive moment. David, still a teenager, became a national symbol overnight. Proof that the outcome everyone assumed was inevitable wasn't inevitable at all. It reshaped how Israel saw its own possibilities as a nation, and it planted the beginning of David's path toward eventually becoming king. 3,000 years later, David and Goliath has become shorthand across nearly every field: business, sports, war, Politics. For any situation where an underdog defeats a vastly more powerful opponent. Is cited in strategy books, used in courtrooms, referenced in startups pitching against industry giants. The phrase has outlived the empires, kingdoms, and languages that first told the story. What keeps it alive isn't just the drama, it's the underlying principle. Raw power and conventional strength aren't always the deciding factor. Terrain, tools, timing, and unconventional thinking can outweigh brute force, a principle that shows up again and again throughout history. Looking back, this story leaves behind more than just history. It leaves a set of principles that still apply today. Strength is contextual. What looks like weakness in one arena can be a decisive advantage in another. Preparation done quietly, with no audience, is often what wins the moment everyone else can see. Refuse tools that don't fit your actual strengths, even if declining them looks strange to others. The person who redefines the terms of a conflict often wins before the conflict even starts. Fear spreads through inaction. The longer a threat goes unanswered, the larger it appears. Confidence rooted in genuine skill looks like faith to people who don't understand the preparation behind it. Being underestimated is often a tactical advantage, not a disadvantage. The biggest wins often come from people operating outside the system's normal chain of command. Speed and precision can consistently beat size and force, and one decisive, well-prepared action can shift outcomes that seemed fixed for a very long time.